gratitude to be here.
I'm very grateful for your loud attitude. But the yelling, Smalls, it has to stop. By this point, I think we all know that gratitude is letting others know you see how they've helped. But we don't need to keep yelling it.
I know, I'm sorry, but it helps me to show up and know that there are kids that are waiting to get going.
Well, I guess one could say that you have an attitude of gratitude, which is a perfect because our bottom line for today is adjust your attitude. There are lots of different attitudes we can have every day. I know I go through at least 5 attitudes from like when my alarm goes off at like 6 a.m. to like when I get up at 7.
But when you thank someone or when someone thanks you, it can turn your whole day around.
You know what? I feel like it's pretty near impossible to frown when someone thanks you. Everyone, including you, Smalls, let's see your best frowny face. Maybe your day is going really bad. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're hungry. Keep frowning. Remember, you're so hungry. But at least you still have your snack.
Honestly, I'm pretty guilty for being hangry. Just ask my sister, Chip.
Oh, when you're hangry, all of us are frowny. So be frowny like Hangry Smalls. But remember, you saved your favorite snack for the end of the day. You open up your lunch and it's crushed.
No!
Right? So, you're frowning. Your snack is ruined. Someone asks if you are going to eat your crushed snack. Angrily, you say no and you just throw it at them. Could this day get any worse? Then they say, hey, thanks.
Ugh, let me guess. He's going to complain about the crushed snack.
He says, hey, thank you for the snack. I haven't had a chance to eat all day. It really means a lot that even though you're having a bad day, you still share with me.
So, you mean, aw, what a nice guy.
Still frowny?
Nah, I'm feeling pretty good now. Is this what it's like when people thank you all the time?
Yeah, and that's how they feel when you thank them.
Not gonna lie, this feels pretty good. I think I'm going to thank more people more often.
Yeah, it does feel good. So good you could dance, which is perfect because it is time for our first song.
Every time I'm feeling down, you pick me up. Sing, oh, oh. And when my heart is feeling emptied out, you fill my cup. Sing it out now. Oh, oh. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you, just wanna say thank you. Yeah! T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Here we go, verse 2. I'm grateful for the way you've been a friend to me. Sing, oh, oh. And even in the deepest, darkest night, you help me see. Sing it out now. Oh, oh. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you, just wanna say thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. my friends and my family, I just wanna say, for loving me from the start, for every beat, beat, beat of my heart, for everything you are. I just wanna say, I just wanna say.
Smalls, I know that you like food, and usually you don't shy away from trying something new.
That is true.
What would you say is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Probably a chicken foot
Gross.
or like a chocolate covered grasshopper
That
or
doesn't sound
like
bad.
stinky tofu.
Okay, if something has the word stinky in it, I don't think you're supposed to eat it.
You're absolutely supposed to eat this, but I had one bite and I could not eat it anymore. So I'm not supposed to eat it. But people in Taiwan love it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, I have a taste testing adventure for you. I have 4 things for you to try. And we're gonna blindfold you. So you wanna blindfold yourself?
Great. Oh, I have to use 2 blindfolds?
Well, can you see through one?
Not if I close my eyes.
Alright, I trust you, to be honest. I'm trusting that you are gonna adjust your attitude to not cheat the game.
Alright.
So, here is the first one. Everything's in a Dixie cup, so
Where?
right there. Alright.
Okay. Oh, she crunchy. Okay. Do I have to eat it all?
You don't have to eat all of it.
It's a little stale.
It's a little stale.
Yep. Do I have to guess what it is?
Yes, you do. What is it? What do you think?
It's cereal.
What kind of cereal?
I don't know, it's stale, so I can't really tell.
Well, what shape was it?
It's like a Cheerio. It kind of tastes like a Cheerio, but like not, it's like it doesn't have the honey. Is it just regular, like not honey nut Cheerios, but just regular Cheerios?
If you would believe it, it's actually Fruit Loops.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Excellent.
All
Okay.
right, let's do this one. There you go. Sticking
Ew,
with this.
it's sticky.
I'll give you a hint. I'm sticking with our cereal theme for right now.
This is a Rice Krispie square.
It is a Rice Krispie square. There you
Well,
go.
I'm gonna eat the whole
Okay,
thing.
you can have the rest of them.
Yeah.
All right, you can't just shove your fingers into this one. There's a spoon in this one.
Oh no.
So there's a cup, and there's the spoon. Oh, there's the spoon.
This is dangerous. What if I spill it all over myself?
You won't.
I'm gonna lean over the
Good
table.
call.
Is the spoon up the right way?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I gotta finish my Rice Krispie first.
That's probably good call.
I don't like the feel of this. Okay, is it Jello?
No. You gotta eat it first.
Well, I just feel in the cup. Oh, it's pudding.
It is pudding.
Jello was a close guess.
Jello was a close guess. I'm pretty sure it's Jello brand pudding.
Oh, there you go.
And last but not least, here's your cup.
What is this?
I don't know.
Is it a pretzel? Oh. Are you supposed to put it in your mouth?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe give it a bite.
I can't bite it.
Oh no.
Oh, I can. Not a pretzel.
Not a pretzel.
It's a candy.
It is a candy.
It's very sweet and very delicious.
Think Christmas.
It's a candy cane.
It is a candy
Candy canes are
cane.
delicious. Okay,
Awesome.
are there more?
There are no more.
Alright.
3 out of 4 is not bad.
Blindfold.
And to be fair, the Fruit Loops were pretty stale.
I can't stop. I won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I'll never stop singing your praises. Singing your praises. stop singing your praise, singing your praise. I can't stop, won't stop, never gonna stop singing your praise, singing your praise. I can't stop, won't stop, never gonna stop singing your praise. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. I can't stop. Oh, oh, oh. I won't stop. Oh, oh, oh. I can't stop, won't stop, I'll never stop singing your praises, singing your praises, singing your praises. I can't stop, won't stop, I'll never stop singing your praises.
Oftentimes, when Jesus wanted to teach people, he would use stories called parables. He used examples and situations from people's everyday lives to help them understand something important. One day, Jesus told a story to his closest friends to explain what the kingdom of heaven is like. We can find that story in the book of Matthew.
The book of Matthew? I should really get around to reading that.
Yeah, I've heard that you should probably do that. There was a man who owned land, and he needed help working it. He went out early in the morning to hire workers in his vineyard. As he hired them, the owner agreed to pay them the regular amount for a day's work.
That seems pretty fair.
Exactly. So around 9 in the morning, the owner went out again and hired more workers. As he hired the workers, he told them, "I'll pay you what is right."
This guy must be like made of money. I can barely even pay all my camp staff.
The owner went out again around noon and he hired a few more workers. Once again, he promised to pay what was right. A few more hours went by. He went back out again at 3 in the afternoon and found even more workers.
What is this dude growing? Doesn't he have like a harvester or something?
They didn't have farm equipment back then.
Right.
So around 5 p.m., the owner went out again. He saw a bunch of people just standing around and asked if they were doing anything. They explained that no one had hired them. So the owner hired them too, and they went to work in his vineyard.
We need a guy like that around here.
That evening, the owner spoke to the person who was in charge of the workers and said it was time to call it quits for the day. The owner told his manager to call the workers and give them their pay. He told him to start with the last workers he had hired, then go on to the first.
Smart. Pay the people who did the least work first so that they don't see how much that the people who worked the hardest actually got paid.
Not exactly. The people who started at 5 p.m. were paid a normal day's wage. But like you said, as those who had worked longer and harder came up, they expected to get more.
So they may not have had farm equipment, but they had to have like HR or a union or something to back them up?
Nope. But did they ever complain? But the owner said, "Friends, I'm being fair to you. Didn't you agree to work for the usual day's pay? Take your money and go. I want to give the one I hired last the same pay I gave you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money?"
Well, I guess it is his money, but it's not exactly fair. But it is what they agreed to, but that just doesn't seem fair, and it has to be fair.
Isn't it frustrating? The problem is, Smalls, instead of focusing on what we do have, we get way too busy focusing on what we don't have. And the truth is, none of us deserve anything. It's never ours to begin with. Everything we have is given to us for free or earned from other people. Nothing is ours in the first place.
So what you're saying is that when I get grumpy or frowny over something, I should remember that I need to adjust my attitude?
Exactly. All you need to do is find a way to be grateful, even when things don't seem fair.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, From Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verses 1 through 15.
While Jesus taught in many different ways, he often shared the most important truths as stories. He used the things and animals and situations in people's everyday lives to help them understand things that were bigger. One day, Jesus explained to his closest friends what the kingdom of heaven was like, and he used a story to help it connect. Now, if he told that story to us today in our world right now, I think it would go a little something like this. There once was a man who owned a large vineyard.
Here at Grape Escape Vineyards, we specialize in red, white, and green grapes.
One bright autumn day, the man called in his manager to find out how his harvest was doing.
It's doing great.
Thanks a bunch. We shall pick the grapes immediately before the beetles nibble them up.
That's some good raisoning.
The next morning, the vineyard owner rose while it was still dark and hurried to the center of town. He arrived at around 6 a.m. and there were people still standing around noshing on grape jelly muffins.
Are you looking for work?
Yes, indeed. How much do you pay?
$100 for the day.
Precisely perfect. Let us proceed.
The owner led the workers back to his vineyard.
Baskets, hats, don't squash the grapes.
Oh, well, what happens if we do that?
They might whine a little.
The vineyard owner wanted to be sure that the beetles wouldn't ruin his precious grape harvest, so around 3 hours later at 9 o'clock, he returned to the town center and found more people lined up for work.
You come pick grapes for me. I'll pay you well.
Good deal. Let's go.
The workers were all picking as fast as they could, but there were still long rows to harvest, so the vineyard owner went back to the town center at 12 o'clock noon 3 hours later, and there were still plenty of workers standing around.
Come, help out in my vineyard.
And after the new set of workers had worked for 3 hours, the vineyard owner returned to the town square again at 3 o'clock.
Need some more grape pickers, you in?
The blazing sun beat down as the vineyard owner added the new workers to his crew. One of the men hired at dawn wiped sweat off his face as he sipped his water.
Showing up for work in the afternoon? What a terrible work ethic.
The first workers returned to picking grapes, filling basket after basket. But even though it was still 5 o'clock, the vineyard owner returned to the town square where he still found plenty of people hanging around counting cockroaches and looking bored.
Why have you been standing here all day?
No one, hired us.
I'll hire you. Come work in my vineyard.
For the final hour of the workday, everybody pitched in. Whew! As the last baskets of grapes were brought up, the owner called to his manager.
Just look at all these beautiful grapes, all freshly harvested.
A great job, if I do say so.
Pay the workers. Start with the ones I hired last of all.
So the manager pulled out his cash box and lined up the workers. He started with the ones who only picked grapes for an hour.
Here you go. $100.
Totally rad, man.
At the other end of the line, the workers who began at dawn began doing some quick math.
$100 for 1 hour of work? Huh, that means we're about to get over $1,000.
The manager continued to hand out pay packets to the workers who started at 3 o'clock.
$100.
And noon.
$100.
And 9 o'clock in the morning.
$100.
Okay.
By the time the workers who started at 6 a.m. reached the front of the line, they were getting a little bit worried.
You're paying us what's fair for working all day, right?
Yep. $100.
What? Preposterous.
The early morning workers stalked off to find the vineyard owner.
You paid those hooligans who only worked an hour the same as us, even though we sweated all day picking your grapes. Just look at this crispy sunburn.
Friends, didn't you agree to $100 for the whole day?
That is a technicality.
Do you feel cheated because I gave so freely to the other workers? Don't I have a right to do what I want with my own money?
But it's not fair.
Take your money and go. I want to give the ones I hired last the same pay I gave you.
The early workers glared and skulked away, cash in hand. They had let the owner's generosity to someone else ruin their day. Jesus' story made it clear. God gives freely to everyone. Rather than focusing on what you don't have, adjust your attitude. Choose to look at what you do have.
Hey everybody, I'm Lawson and I'm incredibly grateful that my mom made 2 pumpkin pies because I don't think I can just stop with one.
You can stop with one. The other one is for dinner tomorrow.
Oh. Well, thanks for those words of wisdom, Mom. Even though my stomach is now sad. Be right back. Anyway, I'm practicing gratitude, especially after an amazing story I heard from this girl Ashanti, who's a friend of my cousin Layla. Now Ashanti and her older sister Kendra are going to drive way north of the city and hike on this incredible trail that Kendra discovered. And Ashanti knows it's gonna be the best day ever! But just as they're packing up to go, it starts to rain. A lot! For like 40 days and 40 nights. And Ashanti's like, no! The whole day is already messed up. But then, Ashanti sneezes 3 times in a row. So loudly, the walls shake. Now, they can't go hiking, plus Ashanti's getting sick. Kendra tries to cheer her up and says, hey, we can still make s'mores. And it's all going great until kablam! Ashanti tries to check it out. She gets hit with a puff of burnt marshmallow fluff. Ashanti is completely done with this day. She stares out the window, wondering how soon she can just go to bed. But then, Ashanti starts to notice something. The rain on the window looks really cool. She says, wow, it's like stained glass. Then Oreo, who's really Kendra's cat, comes up and curls up with Ashanti and purrs, like a lion. And Kendra offers to teach Ashanti how to play chess, which Ashanti's been begging her to do for like 3 years. And pretty soon, Ashanti realizes that even though her day's not going to plan, she can still say, hey, thanks. Because she's got a lot to be grateful for. So kids, never hike over Niagara Falls without a barrel. But do always remember that gratitude is letting others know you see how they've helped you. Uh-oh.
Tissues on the counter, throat drops in the cabinet.
Thanks, Mom. I'll see you guys next time. Oh no, he's in
I figured it out, Tarzan.
Figured out what?
How to change my attitude when I get hangry.
Oh, I'm very interested to hear this.
So when I get hangry, instead of being hangry, I'm going to be grateful for the fact that if I want to, I could take a break from my busy schedule and go get food whenever I need it. And that's something that a lot of people don't have. They don't have food just in their fridge available whenever they get hungry. So I'm going to be really grateful for that. And actually, I have something to announce.
Oh.
Is it okay to have a little surprise announcement?
Sure, surprise announcement away.
All right, so while we're on the food hangry, some people don't have enough food topic, Westminster is going to do a food drive in the month of November where you collect different foods every day in November. Put it all into one box, and then as a family, you can donate it to the church, and we will get it to the Salvation Army in Woodstock, and they will get it to people who need food in the community. And this is perfect. It will be just in time for December when it gets colder and it's Christmas and people need more food. So if you want to be a part of that, which you should be, it will be very fun to do. I want you to talk to your parents and check it out on our website. Are you going to do it, Tarzan?
Absolutely.
It'll be very fun.
I like that it's a good adjustment of attitude, because usually in November you're heading towards Christmas and it's all about getting gifts and everything else, but I like that we're rather than going into getting, we're going into giving. I like that. It's a good one. Another way that maybe we can change our attitudes or adjust our attitudes is when you get annoyed with your friends or family. I try to be grateful that although I may not want them around all the time, it's great to know that they will be there when I need them.
I wonder where else we could change our attitudes this week.
Only one way to find out. We're gonna end the video here, and it's time for you to practice adjusting your attitude.
Sounds good. All right, everybody, we will see you next week. Goodbye.